Hey, welcome back. As you may have noticed, high-end smartphones have reached an incredibly high level of quality in recent years. This naturally leads to some reflection on whether it still makes sense to upgrade every year and what real advantages the new models actually bring compared to the previous generation. These questions definitely apply to the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus, which has now been out for over a year and has made way for the S25 series. But today I still want to show it to you because I truly believe it's still worth considering, especially now with the new Android 15 and Samsung One UI 7 update, which brings a ton of new features until recently exclusive to the new series. And here they are, so let's take a look at how well the S24 Plus has aged, how it handles this major update, and how it integrates Samsung's new AI features. Design-wise, it looks almost identical to the S25 Plus, still slightly larger and a bit heavier, but with a modern and up-to-date form factor. I really liked it when it first came out, and I still find it a great-looking phone. Slim, comfortable to hold, and easy to handle. It has the same minimalist, non-intrusive camera housing, keeping that elegant look. And over time, it hasn't faded or picked up any noticeable scratches, proof of its high build quality. The same goes for its large 6.7-inch display, with thin bezels that blend nicely into the frame. It delivers a great visual experience. In fact, no wonder they reused it in the newer version too. We're talking about a 120 Hz panel with up to 2600 nits of brightness. The visual quality is excellent, letting you fully enjoy every feature, from using the camera, editing photos with AI, to multimedia entertainment, delivering vibrant, sharp colors. Powering all this is the Exynos 2400 processor, in my case, which initially had me a bit unsure in terms of performance. I was worried it might not be powerful enough, or that the system wouldn't run as smoothly as the Snapdragon version in the Ultra model. But to my surprise, even after all this time, performance has remained top-notch. The system is always fast and responsive, just like you'd expect from a flagship phone. And thanks to that, I've been able to enjoy all the new features that came with Android 15 and One UI 7 to the fullest. As soon as it was available, I immediately updated the system and got access to many of the exclusive features from the new S25 series. And I have to say, I really like them, especially when it comes to customization. Just when you think Samsung has already given you everything, boom, they flip the script again. As you can see, we now have a dedicated notification shade, and swiping right brings up the control panel, which has a fresh new look with rounded buttons that, in my opinion, makes everything more tidy, intuitive, and user-friendly. Another cool update is the widget redesign. You can now adjust their size however you want. But that's not all. You can even choose whether to show or hide the names on both widgets and apps. This gives you tons of freedom to customize your home screen and truly make the phone your own in every little detail. And that's just the beginning. There are so many new features. It would honestly take a separate video to cover them all. Just to name a few, you can now use your smartphone as a webcam for your PC, or access your phone's files more easily from your computer. And let's not forget all the new Galaxy AI features, which have gotten even more powerful. One of the highlights is the improved integration with the Gemini Assistant, which can now do a bunch of useful things. For example, it can read you web page summaries, help write and edit text or messages more precisely, or even understand what's on screen and suggest useful actions, like pulling out phone numbers or addresses without you having to copy and paste them manually. Another cool feature is the Now bar, introduced in the S25 series, which shows important info directly on the lock screen in a smart way. Sadly, this will likely not make it to the S24 or earlier models. Same goes for the advanced voice control powered by AI, which lets you control the phone using your voice, connecting all Samsung apps together. It's a very futuristic and interesting idea, but for now, I don't think it's fully polished or game-changing, considering everything else we already have. Speaking of truly useful features, the AI photo editing is amazing. Galaxy AI works brilliantly, not only letting you convincingly remove objects from pictures, but also letting you add new elements by drawing directly on the photo. And the results are surprisingly realistic. At this point, the only real limit is your imagination. When it comes to the cameras, the S24 Plus still takes fantastic photos. If you want a deep dive, I made a dedicated review because the camera capabilities are basically on par with the S25 model. Fast shots, bright results, and sharp details. With the new update, the camera UI also changed. You now get a handy bar at the bottom with all the settings you need to take the best shots depending on what you're capturing. I also made a dedicated video about that, so feel free to check it out if you're curious. Another key point, and something we all care about when it comes to phones we use daily, is battery life. And I've got to say, it's still excellent. That goes to show how well the processor handles power efficiency, letting me use the phone for a long time on a single charge. Of course, depending on how much you use it. Plus, with Android's customization options, you can tweak lots of settings to stretch the battery life even further. I made a video about that too, and if you're interested, you'll find all the links in the description. All that said, I'm really happy with how the S24 series is evolving, because I think it still has amazing potential, and these new updates prove that when used right, it's a complete smartphone that keeps up perfectly with the times. Honestly, if I didn't have the bug of making videos and reviews here on my YouTube channel, I'd tell you that this S24 Plus could totally be my main phone, with no need to upgrade or spend more money. Of course, excluding the Ultra version, but that's a different story. Now I'm waiting for my S23 Ultra to get the new updates, and I'll definitely bring you a review on that too, just to see how it's holding up after all this time. Spoiler, I'm not totally sold on it. So if you want to stay in the loop, make sure to follow me and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. See you next time.